Welcome everyone to the Sunny Coast very own BNI podcast called the Referral Wave. My name's Tony Cross, and by day I've got a business called Drive Connect Car Brokers. But today I'm joined again by Sarah Rutten from the Canine Perspective, and we're going to talk all things that we couldn't talk about last time. This is the first time we've done a podcast with someone coming back, only because we got Sarah a bit early on the train, and she was tight-lipped and signed up, so she couldn't talk too much. But welcome along, Sarah. Looking
Thanks,
forward to
Tony.
hearing the rest of the story.
Thank you.
So let's recap. I'll let you tell the story and how, with your book, and how it started, the connection started to finally get you on the morning show. For those that didn't see it last Monday morning, I think I'm correct. Yeah, just talk us about how that started with BNI is responsible for this. So talk us through that.
Sure. Okay. So it originated back last year when I wrote my book, The Canine Perspective, using force-free methods to unleash your dog's potential. I'll just add a plug for that in here while I'm at it. So off the back of writing that book, one of the members in our chapter had been down to Sydney, and I think you had Carl on a couple of weeks ago, and he was talking about this exact experience for him. He was at a wedding, got sat with a whole bunch of BNI people, ended up going to a BNI meeting down in Sydney, and met a lady by the name of Susie Michael, who is a TV presenter at one of the chapters down in Sydney. And they got to talking. They're doing some projects together. And one of the projects that Susie is doing and has been doing is a lifestyle program in America, or being aired in America, I should say. And because Carl knew that I was trying to tap into the American market, he immediately put two and two together and went, I know somebody who would be great to appear on your lifestyle program. And so he connected the two of us together. We had a one-to-one, we had a discussion. It was something I decided I wanted to do. It was something she decided that I would be a good guest for. We filmed that in February of this year, and it launched in America in September. I think it was September the 1st of this year. So I wasn't able to say the name of the program back then. The program is being called in America Lifestyle Diaries, but it is aimed to be aired in Australia under a slightly different name. So that's the plan anyway. So so that launched on September the 1st in the US. And then off the back of that, my publicist actually pitched me to Channel 7's morning show, to which I had a brief over the phone interview, and they went, yep, let's get you on. So then, as of last Monday, I was sitting on the couch alongside Larry and Kylie having an interview. So that wouldn't have happened had Carl not connected with these people at the wedding and then been to a BNI meeting and kind of put the whole thing in motion. So massive testimonial for BNI.
Yeah, it's fantastic, and the story is great, but it just goes to show that when people have BNI in their head and they're thinking about BNI opportunities and referrals for different people, it's amazing what does come up in conversations. And just when you go, oh yeah, I know a person that can do that. And Carl worked it perfectly.
He did. He was a legend, a master, and ever grateful to him for thinking of me when he was talking to this person.
And I don't think he's got any pets. I know, Carl, I don't think he's got any pets. So he probably can't do a cameo one day on a show, can he?
Not really, no. Not in that sense. I'd have to think of some other way to include him.
He can take our dog. It needs training. You can take it along. Give him his 5 minutes of fame for all his effort.
You keep telling me that, Tony, but I'm yet to have a session with you.
Oh yeah, it's sitting. I'm doing this from home today. It's sitting on the chair beside me. I'm surprised it hasn't seen a fly and taken off barking yet. So we'll cross we'll cross that bridge one day for sure. So okay, let's go back to Channel 7. Was it everything you expected being on TV and doing the show?
That's a really good question. I wasn't sure what to expect. Like you walk into the studio and um, you kind of envisage that it's going to look like it does on TV when you're watching it, and it kind of doesn't look that way. There are monitors and TV cameras everywhere. I think the thing that was a little off-putting more than anything else for me was the fact that I was on the couch facing Larry and Kylie, and they were looking over my shoulder at the monitor that was behind me, because that's where the questions were coming. So they weren't actually looking at it. Looked like they were looking at me to all of the viewers, but in actual fact, they weren't making eye contact with me at all. And I found that a little off-putting and a bit weird because I'm such an eye contact person. So it was kind of like I wanted to go, hello, I'm over here, knowing full well I couldn't do that. And of course, they had a staff member bring one of their dogs in because everyone likes to see the dog, and the dog didn't know me from a bar of soap and wandered off right at the start. And so you kind of there is a saying in show business: never work with children or animals, for that exact reason. So the dog kind of wandered off, and we had to kind of ad lib a little bit about the dog, wanting to be close to mum and chilling out off screen. And um, but it was an interesting experience. I know before you started recording, you asked me if it was fun, and I don't know whether fun, I mean, I was nervous. It's you kind of sitting there not knowing what to expect, and you kind of have to just roll with it and try to appear natural, try to appear like you know what you're talking about, try to not look like you need to pee every 5 seconds because you're so nervous. But and then in the moment, as they're asking you questions on the fly, I mean, I already kind of knew what questions they were going to ask me, but they changed the questions at the last minute. And so you kind of have to just go with the flow a little bit and hope that you come across looking like you know what you're talking about. And so if that's a fun experience, then yeah, it was fun.
It's probably just as well we'd done a podcast before you went down there, because I'd like to think that it was my training on the podcast that got you ready for it, right? I gotta have something here, right?
100%. 100%, mate. It absolutely was that.
So, did you drop BNI in on the morning show? Did you mention BNI?
I didn't have time. In actual
Oh,
fact, unfortunately, they didn't even on the screen, they flashed up the dog's Instagram handle twice, but they didn't even mention my website. So that was a little bit disappointing, but I didn't get time to pop BNI in there. It was a just under a 5 minute segment. Yeah, so it wasn't there wasn't enough time to actually go, oh, and I'm a member of a BNI chapter on the Sunshine.
they,
It
they,
wasn't
so they
it wasn't
weren't as interested. They weren't as interested in what we are as how you got there. That's what you're saying. You were
well
there,
they
and that's all that mattered.
Yeah, and the conversation was around dogs and Christmas, so it was even less about me and more about the dog and preparing the dogs for Christmas and people being in the house. So it was sort of more about that than even about me. I think Kylie was more interested in the dog than me. Just stop. Which
Oh,
is fair.
fantastic!
I understand that. That's fair.
Yeah, yeah, no, that's fair. Look, now let's cross the waters to America. How's the show going over there? And are you on every episode, just one or two, or explain to us a bit about that?
Yeah, I'm only on one episode, so I have an 8 minute slot on one episode. I think it's episode 3 or 4. I can't quite remember. To be honest with you, I'm not sure. I'm not sure how it's going. Um, I did catch up with Susie when I was down in Sydney, and I must admit I forgot to ask her that question. We were too busy talking about how she was going to get it on streaming channels here in Australia.
Yeah.
So we spent a fair bit of time talking about that and her plans for getting it here so that Australian audiences could watch it as well. So it is a really fantastic program. She's done an amazing job, and it's so good that it's a fellow BNI member that's put it together. So she's done a really professional, wonderful job. So yeah, I'm really she's very hopeful that we'll be able to see it here in Australia.
And maybe as time goes on, you could be the relative dog expert for the show. You could be like another Chris Brown in the making.
Maybe. I'm not sure I'm that good looking, but like it's possible. She is actually putting together something to help people learn how to put their own show together. So that's something that I would definitely be interested in looking at. It counts as a referral too, so that's a bonus. But yeah, just she's got some amazing things that are coming. And again, great that it's a fellow BNI member, not Sunny Coast BNI, but still BNI nonetheless. So her and I will definitely be in further chats.
Work in the future. All right, let's bring it back home. How's your BNI journey been going since all this has been happening? And I noticed you've subbed at our chapter before as well. So how's BNI on the coast treating you well?
Yeah, look, I'm really enjoying it. I'm in my second year now, and I must admit that I'm enjoying the second year more than the first. Now that I've found my feet, I'm mentor coordinator this time round, which is I've been enjoying that. And I've just gotten back from Global actually, so I went to the Global conference. So that was that was good to get a little bit of a sense of what BNI from head office is like, and how it filters down, and meeting people from all over the globe who are fellow BNI members. So I've been really enjoying my BNI experience, especially in the second year.
Yeah, fantastic. Let me touch on BNI Global for a minute. I had son's graduation on, so I didn't get there unfortunately, and I was gutted. But was it great? It would live up to all the hype? Would you recommend it to people?
It wasn't quite what I expected. So, and I'm not even really sure what I expected. So it was, there were some parts of it that were absolutely fabulous. I think that, the flag, people talk about the flag ceremony at the beginning, which was fantastic, and really to see all of these flags come out one by one, each flag representing the countries that are a part of BNI. Obviously, each country has a flag, and they get brought out on stage one by one. And to see 76 countries that we've got in BNI, over 70 anyway. To see 70 flags on that stage, and to see how many each year that join BNI, that's it's quite awe-inspiring. There were some really fantastic keynote speakers that spoke about business in general. It was really great to connect with other BNI members, both here in Australia and internationally. We did participate and were successful in the Guinness World Record attempt on the number of speed networkers networking at the same time. I think there was over 1,100 people networking in a speed networking event, and yes, we were successful, so we're now in the Guinness Book of World Records. So there were some bits about the conference that were truly memorable. As far as would I recommend it to people, look, next year it's in Monaco, and I'm not sure, that looks absolutely incredible. I think if financially, if you can go, it's probably worth going. I'm not sure that my budget can cope with that one, but it looks amazing, and getting to connect. The vibe there was just brilliant. People all wanting to talk to each other and connect with each other, and helping each other, and so it was like this one big global family. So the vibe was pretty spectacular, but I'm really glad that I went.
Yeah, I guess at a global conference, you're sort of catering for everyone as well. I went to the last national one in Brisbane, and I thought that was really good. The speakers, and some good business topics. So, and I believe the national one's on back down in Sydney in Manly next year as well. So it'd be good to get along to that. So, well, that's excellent. Well, look, thanks for coming back on and giving us a bit of an insight into what's been going on in the last 6 months. It's fantastic. We'll stay in touch, obviously. and see if that show gets launched in Australia. That'll be fantastic.
Yeah.
And just for those people listening at home or watching this again, just give us some of your details and website and that sort of thing. And what the show, I meant to ask that before, the show in the US, can you see it in Australia at all on any of those channels, or is it just in the US?
I'm not sure. So it is being streamed on Apple TV in the US. So I'm not sure, because I know that it can be regional. So I'm not sure if
Right.
you can
Yep.
access the US's Apple TV from Australia. I have a feeling that you can't. So yeah, so it is called Lifestyle Diaries. But my details are the Canine Perspective. Website is thecanineperspective.com.au, and I'm the Canine Perspective on all the socials: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn. I'm under Sarah Rutten, so it's a full-time job keeping up with those socials.
Where can we buy a copy of the book for Christmas presents?
Good question. Christmas is coming. So either via Amazon, the Kindle version and paperback version is available on Amazon. If anyone would like a signed copy, which is an exceptional Christmas present, they can get it from my website. And the audiobook should be available before Christmas as well.
Does that make me better than Larry Emder because I asked where you could buy the book from?
Absolutely.
That's all I wanted to know. Oh, fantastic again, Sarah. Yeah, look, I'm so chuffed with your successes. It's fantastic. And as you well know, I know Carl really well, and I just think it's a fantastic story. And I really wanted to get you back on. So thanks for reaching out.